Alright, so in this one, I want to go over what's coming tonight, slash maybe even the data mine, slash what could actually be coming for Anniversary if we look at this and kind of analyze a little bit. You know, could be a stretch, but who knows, right? So, to go over the maintenance, we have maintenance tonight. Thank you for your continued support of Dragon Ball Legends. Due to the upgrade version of 3.3.0, we will be performing server maintenance. The game will be inaccessible during the maintenance period. Thank you for your understanding. Maintenance is from 9 p.m. my time Eastern, so convert that to whatever time zone you're at, to 6 a.m. Eastern. Again, convert that to whatever time zone you're at, and you'll find out when it ends for you. By the way, go in, how this will affect the showcase, I will just showcase the Goku at 6 a.m., and probably that video will be up at about 7 a.m. for Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So yes, his showcase will still be an instant upload, quote-unquote, but, you know, I can't play PvP during maintenance, so 7 a.m. the latest that video should be up. So if you're awake, you know, in the US, cool, and Europe, it'll be like almost noon, so not terrible timing, but yeah, that video will be up as soon as we can get it up. But to go over what this maintenance could mean, so usually, and I don't know if people notice this, but I've seen it been pointed out a little bit, server maintenance for a version update, an app update basically, because that's what this is, typically means one of two things. A new entire system, like not like the energy system where it's just like, okay, instead of tanks we have a bar. Not like that. I mean like a new fleshed out system is coming. So if you don't know, for UI Goku we had this same thing. We had a maintenance, you know, maybe it wasn't exactly when UI Goku dropped, but it was close enough to his release date to where you can compare it. We had a big maintenance for an app update. And then we got UI Goku with his unique vanishing gauge and his unique bar and all that fun stuff that he does. And now we're getting this again before Anniversary. So, you know, if you put 2 and 2 together, this could mean maybe they'll add more uniques for LF units, they'll make stats for LFs increase, they'll do something to increase maybe the wanting of an LF unit, because currently, I'm going to be honest, LF units aren't that desirable. I much prefer getting a Zenkai. Like, for me personally, when I actually play the game, I much prefer actually getting a new Zenkai unit over getting a new LF unit, because I know, unless I pull that LF to 6 stars and, you know, I spend money, but I'm not going to spend $500 on a trash LF Rosé. You know, I got lucky on him down to 6 stars, but even then, I don't even care about using them that much, because LFs aren't that desirable. So maybe with these new, because we are getting new LFs that are coming for Anniversary, they could have a UI-esque feel. Maybe not, you know, his actual gauge, but let's give an example. Let's say Merge Zamasu. He could have not a revival mechanic, but a mechanic to where, let's say he goes below 60% health, and then, because he took some damage in the anime, so to go off of that, then after he goes below 60%, he goes into his grotesque form, he regains 100% of his health back, and then he has this much damage buffs, and then it wears off over time because as, you know, he was fighting Vegeta Blue, he was getting weaker and weaker, and he wasn't as strong. But an effect to where some mid-fight transformation can occur, something unique than what we already have. Another example could be like an Omega. We get a Sin to Omega, but maybe it's not a revival unit, it's a Sin. Every single Dragon Ball you collect, boom, 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 you auto-transform after you get 7, and then after you, let's say, pop your Rising Rush, you start deforming. You lose your damage, you go down, 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 then eventually maybe you deform back to Sin after you use your Rising Rush. You know, it could make a new mechanic to where Rising Rush is actually not wanting to be used because you have Omega Shenron who's doing LF Gohan numbers, but then you don't have the ability to Rising Rush because then you'll lose that damage output. You know what I mean? So that is what this maintenance most likely will entail, along with, honestly, probably the units, kits, and all that. So expect the breakdown to be, if it's not multiple videos, a very, very long video of the 13 to 15 units we are getting for Anniversary. Again, if they get leaked, great, but if they don't, it's also cool. I would hope they don't, that, data mines exist, and I wish they didn't because I'd rather not be spoiled. But it is what it is. Expect that to come tonight, and yeah. Before we go into the other topic, just let me know, what do you guys think this update actually means? Because you could say it's not really anything important, but the only reason it is important is because it's an app update. App updates, firstly, they require a lot of, they have to pre-plan app updates before they engage them in the stores for like the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. They do that months ahead of time, and obviously they even said for anniversaries, they start planning their anniversaries for the next year while the anniversary of its current self is going on. So what I mean by that is, second year anniversary was being planned while first year anniversary was happening. So they've had this update like ready to go and probably tweaked and shit for something big for anniversary for a while. And it's anything like the UI Goku one where we got a new full-on design of a character that can, honestly be broken or shit if you're good or bad at the game. I expect something big from this. But let me know what you guys expect from it. I expect something big. Now, to go into this, I've seen this one place, and I also thought about it myself. I didn't really put much thought into it because I was like, it doesn't really make sense, but I get it. So if we go into the Goku event that we are getting daily, it's following a little bit of a pattern, and a pattern with that, not reveals and stuff, but the teaser to the reveals and stuff video. So you see here, right? We are facing Scouter Vegeta first day. Today we faced Super Saiyan Vegeta. Tomorrow we face Majin Vegeta. You get that it's going through the Goku and Vegeta forms, right? And then that text said we can get stronger too, right? So I feel like, personally, this could be a lead up to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and maybe Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. Again, I feel that this banner format will be GT versus Super, so seeing that Goku is getting stronger, stronger, stronger as we lead up further and further and further, I feel like the common sense in me kind of thinks, oh, well, he's fighting Vegeta every single form, and yes, I know he fights Vegeta in every single one of these forms, but let's say in the Super Saiyan God form, and let's say he's fighting Vegeta as an event stage that you can redo, like these, up to 14 times, 13 times, whatever. Let's say he's fighting Vegeta in that, then I feel like my theory is kind of proven true, because why the fuck would Super Saiyan God Goku be fighting that Vegeta? It wouldn't make sense, because they never fought. Same thing with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He wouldn't be fighting Super Saiyan, or any form of Vegeta. Maybe if it's like Angel Vegeta, then sure, because they kind of, help each other and all that, but I don't know. I feel like this is a prelude type of thing where you could assume it's real, assume it's fake, type of theory where, oh, this is a lead up to something. I think it is, because he's getting stronger, stronger, stronger. Obviously, the stronger you get, the more forms, and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution does feel half likely, if not fully likely, just with the randomness, I guess is the word, of how they're going with this, because again, there's no real clear-cut thing that they're doing. Sure, GT is pretty clear-cut, obviously coming, in my opinion, and by most people's opinions, because all the Zenkai buffs, the new units, all that, and they even stated GT buffs, GT buffs, GT buffs. That's what we are doing here today, and for the foreseeable future. But USS got some new units, some Zenkais, and then Future got new units, LFs, and what, did they get a Zenkai? I don't know. I think Future got a Zenkai? Yeah, Future Gohan. They got everything as well. So, again, like I've said it before, this just feels like it's more themed toward not Tournament of Power, Super versus GT, which maybe the LF will be a future unit, and then the two featured units would be, again, if we follow this trend, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and then Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now, if that's the case, then I would say, by the way, just summon on the Super banner, because they're a lot better units than the fucking GT banner, especially if you don't have all the Zenkais for GT, and that's a lot of crystals, and they're not even available anymore. So, that's that. And then one more thing I want to touch on here. Now this Goku, I didn't really talk much about him during the matches, and, I don't know, it just didn't feel necessary because you can kind of just see what he is for what he is during the matches. You're not, like, impressed, you're not depressed about him, I would hope, because he's free, he's blah, blah, blah. Some people complain, oh, if a free unit's not broken, then why am I going to farm it? Which, honestly, that's a stupid thought process, because look at Android 21, she's in every fucking match, she's free, and she makes the game tedious. So, having a free unit that's not broken is actually a good thing, but I digress. This Goku, honestly, let's just look, because I feel like it's a lot easier to just do a visual than to just speak about it. Let's go to Super Saiyans, then let's go to Yellows. Now this Goku, compared to every other unit that is on this tag, probably the third best Super Saiyan. Now, Broly, yes, is better. Broly's just better because he does more damage, he's a summonable unit, it is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. He's going to be better because better stats, I think he gets card draw speed, he builds up his ultimate damage per strike damage, and I think he gains Ki on main ability, which this Goku doesn't. Gohan. Gohan is an LF, so his stats are lower, but again, his uniques, his damage output is just better. He's just a better unit overall. Now you can compare EX Broly and say he's better, sure, because you're facing a lot of Gokus and he does more damage against either Gokus or Saiyans, same thing, but I assume he does more against Gokus. But then this Namek Goku, compare him to Broly. Both range type. This guy is better when you have someone dead. Now, if you don't know what he does, again, we didn't really go over him much because I feel like everyone knows what he does. It's just you don't really care about him because he's not the greatest. Applies full effect self per defeated battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So he restores health every single time he comes in, reduce damage received by 10% every single time he comes in, and then plus 20% to damage inflicted every single time he comes in. That stacks because it resets, right? So he can heal 10%, switch out, switch back in, heal 10%, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. He has this effect where he's very good with Bardock, and that's it. He's not the greatest, he's not the worst, he's not complete dog shit, and he's not the best yellow. Sorry for the little, I wouldn't even say clickbait, because, you could debate that he's a little close to Broly, but he's not the best yellow Super Saiyan. Broly by far is, even though Broly is complete ass. That just kind of goes to show how mediocre this Goku is. But I do expect Super Saiyan 2, Goku, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God will be alright, and then Super Saiyan Blue to be pretty good. I think Super Saiyan 2 will age the best. Super Saiyan 3 will be very good on a strike-based Saiyan team, so let's say Angel, Vegeta. Actually, no, because he's yellow. Let's say a Super Saiyan 3 team, honestly, because Purple Super Saiyan 3 is strike-based and he hits hard. Yellow Super Saiyan 3 that we're getting because he gets card draw speed for like 60 counts, I think, and a lot of strike damage inflicted, and he does more to regen. That's very good. And then LF Super Saiyan 3 is just fucking crazy because top 10 defense stats in the game, and he's a blast-based unit with LF stats and Zenkai stats, which is fucking insane, but balance doesn't exist. So I would say don't shit on this guy too much. He is something that was needed, and honestly, the reason he isn't that good, and the reason all of these Super Saiyans you're looking at aren't really that good, is because Bardock exists. I've talked about this time and time again, but the real reason that Super Saiyans aren't very good anymore, besides like Super Gogeta and the Zenkai ones, is because Bardock is so good that if they make the other Super Saiyans even comparable, let's say this Goku was as good as, who's a recent new good unit? Really, who is, I don't know who's recent that's come out recently, because it feels like we haven't got banners in so long. Let's say he was as good as Purple Hit. This guy would be fucking crazy, because Hit does a lot of fucking damage, but guess what Hit doesn't do? He doesn't get critical buffs, critical rate, given, his green cards and all that, but he's not getting a swap out, swap in, swap out, swap in increase in damage to where he can one-shot every opponent, because that would be broken, right? That's what this Super Saiyan Goku's going through. He can't get all of that because it would be busted. He's a free 14-star. That would basically be giving Android 21 criticals and then pairing her with Android 18. Wouldn't that be a little fucking crazy? I think so. So that's why this Goku isn't as busted, because he is a Super Saiyan. It's just the dilemma this game faces because they made a mistake of Zenkai Bardock at all. He never needed one. He never should have got one, but it is what it is. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of everything. The update, how bad or good you think this Goku is. Where would you rate him? Personally, I'd say he's bottom tier 1, maybe. I still go back and forth between him and Saiyan Saga Goku, who's better. Sometimes I feel like this Goku, sometimes I feel like Saiyan Saga. It just kind of floats back and forth because there's not a lot of time to use these units, because one Goku comes, next Goku, next Goku, next Goku, next Goku. You're just kind of going through the motions. I feel like over time we'll see how good they age. I think this guy will age a lot worse, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think of them. Let me know what you guys think of this update, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.